Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. And today is November 28th, 2023, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, gold, which has been really bouncing back and forth, is looking to push its upper limit and thus advance to $2,015 an ounce. Now looking at today's major economic events, so out of the United States, at 5 p.m. South African time, a big consumer confidence number coming out, especially as we're heading into the holiday season. Now, looking at the various markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, the major pairs pretty much unchanged, and so were the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ yesterday, looking into that first Cyber Monday. Now, looking at commodity, gold did advance with oil, tapering lower. Now, looking at the stocks also trickling lower, specifically the tech stocks, and lastly, Bitcoin also trickling lower. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here you go. First with the Euro USD, not doing much. Okay, just hanging out at this 109.49-ish level. I mean, for the past 2-3 days, it seems like it's just been very, very tight between 109.40-ish level. That was the other day as it caught us this time of the day. So really not much doing here. What it is that we're at the upper limit. Question is, do we have a catalyst to send us south in terms of the Euro USD? And that, we're going to have to wait to see what's going to happen with the Dow Jones. Now, looking at GBP USD, a little bit stronger than I expected, okay? Now, it's still holding up and not selling off, so that is actually an anomaly for here for the British pound, so keep that in mind as we're looking at that as well. Now, jumping into the commodities, okay? Gold pushing higher to 2015. Now, I know it's a very subtle difference between 2013 or 2010, but it's nonetheless, it's happening, okay? It's not happening with big gusto. So just keep this in mind, okay? It might develop into something, especially if we break above this 220-ish level, and that will clear us to 2037. That's the question. Or are we going to take a roundabout position here and then sell off? That's also an option. So these are the two situations we're currently in with gold. It could be a very interesting trade if you continue to look at it. Now, oil not doing much at 75.56, really just trading sideways. And as we look at the U.S. market starting out with our Cyber Monday, not doing much, just trickling lower, just a tad, okay, going into today. Now, remember, between Thanksgiving, which was this past weekend, and Christmas is a big rally time of the year. And the question is, will we get it? Now, sometimes we actually sell off, and then we'll rally closer to Xmas week, and that is also an option. Keep that in mind, okay? Just to keep that in the back of your head, what we do historically. Doesn't mean that we're going to do it every year. Now, looking at the NASDAQ, doing the same thing, just tapering lower. Now, which stocks are tapering off? And this is a little bit important, okay? Facebook specifically, tapering off a little bit more aggressively than I would have expected, about $6 off of its highs, okay? But did make new record highs for the year of 2023. Not all-time record highs, because that's set at 380, but a pretty decent place for us to be relatively for where we are, right, in the industry. Now, Facebook is very heavily invested in AI, and this could be some of the reason why it's so pushed up to these levels. Now, looking at Microsoft also taking a little bit of a breather, 378, but close to its highs, okay, enough to really push it, to its all-time record highs of 380. So not doing too poorly, okay, for us to take off a couple of bucks here and there, and then to push another $4 the next day, that is very, very aggressive as this market is still very, very strong. Now, looking at the other stocks, Amazon coming out with Cyber Monday is on its highs, 147, pretty decent recovery for Amazon for the year from almost $82 a share all the way to where we are here at 147. That's a huge comeback for Amazon. Now, the other stocks, again, they're sideways, okay? Intel pushing higher, but CISCO not, okay? So there's a little bit of discrepancy in the stocks and stock specific as to which way the market is going in terms of individual stocks. Now, NVIDIA did sell off, but got finally its pull up, okay? Its bounce, 477 to 482, pretty decent, okay? Now, it did taper off just the last day, but still relatively strong as it's also very close to its all-time highs. And duly so, okay? It did bust its earnings, even though it sold off afterwards, okay? It is hanging out around its upper limit, and that's showing some tremendous strength. Lastly, looking at Bitcoin, tapering lower to the lower limit of its very tight range, okay, between 38,000 and 36,000-ish level. We're right now at 37,000, so smack in the middle. Yeah, it's going to have to give us some sort of conviction, either on the upside or the downside, okay, but right now it's just really crunching just sideways. This is Fed Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.